Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Gurunatha and today in this video we are going to demonstrate a live example by using one of the containers from SSIS toolbox, that is for loop containers. Yes friends, I have taken this example because I have received so many emails from my subscribers and my friends, those who are working in BI technology as a BI experts. So they requested me that I should create one video by using for loop container. So I thought today is the right time to create an example by using for loop container. So friends, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to our channel, because your one like and your one subscribe really motivate us to create more such technical videos on MSBI. So friends, let's get started with today's video. So let me open up my SSMS, that is SQL Server Management Studio, and you can see we have a table here called TBL customer, and this TBL customer is having some columns here like customer ID, name, product purchase, quantity, amount, USD amount, and so on. You can see the columns over here, right? And we have one column here called quantity, you can see here, and this quantity is having some values here. You can see 2, 5, 1. So this is the quantities which customer has purchased a products here. For example, Arjun has purchased smart AirPods quantity 6. So the product amount was 15,000 rupees. So we have different quantities here depending on how the customer has made the purchase. Okay, and in order to identify the maximum quantity from this table customer, then for that I have written a query here. You can see here, select max quantity as max quantity from TBL customer. So let's run and see that what we get the output here. So as you guys can see here, the maximum quantity is available in the TBL customer is 8 here, right? So this is what I just wanted to show you. So let me run this select statement again. So it means we have the maximum quantity 8 here. So now what we will do in this example, let me just show you. What we will do here, we will fetch the maximum quantity, and by using the for loop container, we will loop until we reach to the maximum quantity, and inside the for loop container we will create the folders with the help of file system task, and we will also do the data flow by using the data flow task here, and we will create the each folders depending on each quantity whatever we get from the for loop here. Okay, so for example, suppose we get the quantity 1, then we will create the folder called quantity 1, and for value 1 we will do the data flow. Inside the data flow, what we will do, we will fetch the records which is having the quantity 1. Okay, and that with the help of OLEDB. So the fetching of the records we will do with the help of OLEDB source here. So once we get the records here, we will export those records to the CSV file. Yes, and we will save that CSV file with the name called quantity1.txt, and this file will get saved in this folder. So friends, this is the live example we are going to demonstrate in today's video. So let's go to our Visual Studio and let's demonstrate this live example. Okay, so let me just open up my Visual Studio here. So now to get the max quantity, I need to write the SQL query. So to write the SQL query, what I will do, I will use the SSIS toolbox component called execute SQL task. So let me just drag and drop here, double click, and let me configure this practical DB, and the query I will copy from here, that is select max quantity as max quantity from TBL customers. So copy, paste, OK, and the result set will be single row. Yes, because we get the result set here as single row only. We can see here, right? Now let me go to the result set here and let me add a parameter here, a new variable called total quantity, and the value will be 0. I will say this has to be integer int 32. So my data type is int 32. I will say OK. The result name is 0. I will say OK here, done. Now the next step, we want for loop container. So drag and drop the for loop container, and inside this we need to create the folder. We will take the help of file system task, and definitely for data flow we will use the data flow task. So the same program we are doing here as we have described in this paint here. Okay, so let me just first configure the for loop container. To configure the for loop container, I need to create the variables here to initialize the expression. So for that, let me go to the variables, and here I will add the variable called I. This will be for my initialized expression variable. Okay, and let me add one more variable for folder path. So I will say new variable, I will say bulk folder, and this will be like string. Now for this variable, that is the bulk folder variable, let's put the value here. So in order to declare the value, we will take the help of expression here. So let's go to the expression, and let me give the folder path here. So to give the folder path, I will go to my folder here. So this is the area where I am going to create the bulk folders here. So I am just copying this path and pasting it to the expression, and let me just format this. So I will say my name will be quantity 1, and let me just typecast it to the string here, tt underscore wstr 12, and let me check this. So there you go, you can see that I have evaluated the expression, right? So I will say OK here. So there you go, let me save this and let me close this now. So double click on for loop container. Let's initialize the expression. I will say $i is equal to 1, $i is less than equal to total quantity, and increment the variable with 1. There you go, save. Now let's create the folders here with the help of file system task. So to create the folders, we will double click on the file system task, and we will say the operation as create directory, and is source path variable, I will say true, and we will use the source variable as bulk folder, right? I will say OK, we are done. So now let me just connect to the data flow task here. Now let me go inside the data flow task, and from the SSIS toolbar I am going to drag and drop OLEDB source here, because we want to query to the SQL server to get the value of each quantity, that is the records of each quantity. So for example, if I say where quantity is equal to 2, then I should able to get the records which having the quantity 2. Yes, so this is the same result I want with the help of OLEDB source. So let me just double click on it and let me say SQL command, and here I will copy this thing and let me paste it here. Remove this top 100, and instead of quantity equal to 2 I will say question mark here, and this I will map it to the parameters. I will go to the parameter here. There you go. So this parameter will be I here, right? Because I is incrementing through the for loop, right? So that's why I'm using this variable I here, right? I'll say OK here. I will say OK. Done. Now to export this output, we will use the flat file destination, because we want to export this to the text file. So that's why I'm using the flat file destination here. So let me just drag and drop here, and let me just connect it to this. Double click. I will say new, comma separated, yes, and I will say browse. So for now I will create a dummy text file. I will say log. This is just for connection purpose. After that I will change it to dynamically. Okay, so column names in the first row, I will say OK. I will say OK. Done. Yes, we are done. Now let's make this connection as dynamic. So for that, let's go to the connection manager, go to the properties, and we want to change the connection string here, as you can see here, right? So let's do that. So for that, let me just go to the expression here and let me say connection string. Let's go to the expression now, and now let's create the expression here. So what expression we should create here? If you see, our file system task is going to create the folders in bulk folders, right? That is, for quantity 1 folder will be created, quantity 2 folder will be created, and so on till maximum quantity, that is quantity 8 folder will be created, right? So inside the each folder we want our text file should be saved. That is, whatever the text file has been exported here through the flat file source destination, flat file destination, that exported data should get saved inside that each folder with respect to the quantity, right? So this is what we want to achieve it. So for the same, let's write the expression here. So for now, what I will do, let me just copy this bulk folders here, because this is the area where our quantity folders will get saved here, and inside the quantity folder we want to save the text files here, right? So now let me just copy this path and let me just go to the expression and let me just paste the expression here, and let's format it. Remember, we need to format the expression every time, right? And here we need to specify the quantity of the folder, right? So I will say quantity, that is QTY. I will say plus, I will say 1. I'm sorry, this is I variable, and this has to be DT underscore WSTR 12. That's it. And I will say plus here again the name we want here, right? That is qty. Now this is my file name. Okay, so plus again I need to copy the same thing here, because the same file name we are expecting here in the same folder, right? And this has to be there with the extension. So plus dot txt, right? Let's evaluate the expression and check. So there you go, you can see that the bulk export, inside that we have the bulk folders. Inside that there will be a quantity folder. Inside the quantity folder it will be a quantity 0.txt or quantity 1.txt or quantity 8.txt. So depending on how our for loop continues, this text files and this folder will be created, and this folder is created with the help of file system task, and this text file is created with the help of flat file source destination. I'm sorry, again it is flat file destination. Okay, now let me just say okay here, and I will say okay here, right? So we are done now. So let me save everything. Remember, whatever the data is being exported here from the OLEDB source, it gets saved in the flat file destination, right? Let's go to the control flow and let's run the program. Remember, this is the live program, so we expect the errors here. Yes, we got the error. Let's check the progress bar. So it says that it cannot open the path here. So yes, so there is a mistake on the path. What we will do, let's stop this program, and yes, you can see that there is no quantity folder has been created here because we have given this path. You can see that the quantity folder has created here by mistakenly. So let's delete it and let's give this complete path, right? Let's add this bulk folders also. So let's go to the variables, and you can see here the path is still the bulk exports, but we want till the bulk folders. So I have added that bulk folders. Now let's evaluate the expression. So there you go, I will say okay here, close, save, and let's run again. Okay, remember, right now I don't have anything inside the bulk folders. You can see that, right? So now let's run it. So there you go, our project has been ran successfully. Let's see the data flow also, right? So perfect. Now let's go and check the output. So for that, let's go to the folder here. So friends, as you can see that from the quantity 1 till the quantity 8 folders has been created here, right? So as expected, we got the output here. Now let's go to the each folder and check whether we got the data or not. So there you go, a text file has been generated here, right? Let's check the data. So there you go, we got the records here, right? Now let's close this and let's check the other folders also. So there you go, you can see that one record is here, and let's check other folders also, quantity 8. So there you go, it's perfect, right? So let's check the 3. There you go, perfect, right? So it means in each folder we got the data file, right? So we have successfully exported the data file in the each folder with the help of for loop container. So this magic has been happened with the help of for loop container only. So friends, hope you like this video, and if you really like this video, do not forget to give us a big thumbs up, and in case if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to our channel, because your one like and your one subscribe really motivate us to create more such technical videos on MSBI. So friends, thank you so much for watching this video. See you on our another video. Thank you.